In this video, I'll recap the remaining unfilmed scene from Foundation's Season 3 premiere episode. Now, this scene seems to foreshadow what happens in Season 3 with the end of the genetic dynasty. That is to say, the fall of Empire. David S. Goyer, the showrunner for the first 3 seasons, mentioned in interviews that he couldn't delay the fall of Empire any longer, and the bloody finale that we watched is the end of the Cleonic dynasty. David S. Goyer said that there's essentially nothing else he could do to explain to us that the Cleonic dynasty is over. David S. Goyer isn't the showrunner for Season 4, though he remains as an executive producer, so we'll have to tune in to find out what direction the show will go. Regardless, Brother Dusk, Cleon 23, as we witnessed in the finale, is a big believer in psychohistory. He believed the Empire would fall, and he believed he could be like Daenerys Targaryen or maybe Cersei Lannister, Queen of the Ashes. He didn't care what he was ruling over so long as he was ruling. And with that, it seems the victim mentality kicks in. He never asked to be born as a clone. They're shortening my life, leaving me no choice, etc. And like Daenerys or Cersei, Cleon 23 brings to birth a monstrous destructive power, in his case, the Novacula. With Daenerys, it was dragons, and with Cersei, it was Sir Gregor Clegane, the undead Sir Gregor. They bring the power to birth like parents would, I'll argue. Cleon 23, working in secret, transported the element tantalum, which is needed to power the Novacula, from a distant sector of the galaxy over a period of decades. It took 1 trillion man-hours to mine and transport the tantalum, as we found out in Episode 8. Similarly, Daenerys Targaryen hatched and raised the baby dragons for years until they became monsters, and arguably she became a monster as well, along with her dragons. In the unfilmed scene, we watch Brother Dusk, soon to be Brother Darkness, having supplemental nanites injected into his face. It's like a cosmetic procedure, and the nanites are injected by a doctor, like a Botox procedure. Dusk winces in pain, but he's used to the pain, we're told. It seems he's been using a lot of Botox. There's a character on scene watching the procedure, Ely Carvis, the Novacula scientist. Now, as a fan of the show, I was so entertained by the interaction between Cleon 23 and Ely Carvis this season. And here the unfilmed scene gives us their backstory. Carvis has been in the Emperor's service many decades. He says he began as a young lad and saw the Emperor for the first time when he was Brother Day, reviewing the troops. Carvis says he thought if he stood at attention like the troops, he would be reviewed as well. He didn't get reviewed, of course, but Cleon 23 was glorious and ageless, blue and gold like an orchid with its face to the sun. I mean, this dialogue reveals Carvis views the Emperor as an object of romantic desire. The stage direction even tells us that when Carvis is watching the cosmetic procedure, he's erotically charged. In the episode we watched, Carvis tells 23, "People will know I put death in your hands." So Carvis is acting with a view toward history. He wants to stand alongside Cleon 23 for all time in people's memories. And this adds such a dimension to their relationship on screen. I don't know why they cut this scene. I suspect it was the budget. The original script tells us that after the injections, Cleon 23's face plumps up on screen and he de-ages before our eyes. Now that's costly CGI, so it wouldn't surprise me if they cut the scene to bring down the costs of production. Throughout the scene, Dusk makes reference to his impending ascension when he's scheduled to be euthanized just 10 days in the future, and he says in the unfilmed scene, "I don't know why I even bother with the supplemental nanites. I'll be gone in 10 days. But that turns out to be just a cover. This unfilmed scene seems to indicate he never had the intention of going to Ascension. And what of Brother Dawn? In the unfilmed scene and throughout the season, Dusk kept saying that the Novacula was intended to be an ascension gift for Brother Dawn. But that was probably a cover as well. Maybe it was just a stroke of luck that Brother Dawn, Cleon 25, was removed from the Imperial Palace after his misadventure with Gale Dornick, since it removed him from Cleon 23's sights. 23 must have had his sights trained on Brother Dawn as well. Let's recall in the finale episode, Brother Darkness was singing that song. All the little brothers who will never get a brain, all the little brothers who will never get in my way, etc. And that turned out to be the song of Cleon 23, his song for the end of everything. Season 3 had that theme throughout, a song for the end of everything, and the song was different for every character. The unfilmed scene continues with Dusk going to the tailor for a final fitting, but he lashes out. "What's the point?" he says. "It's always the same robe for every Brother Darkness. It will fit, and I don't care if it doesn't fit, and I don't want to effing look at it," he says. So this is foreshadowing. Cleon 23 had no intention of going to Ascension. Now, let's recall that on the Foundation TV show, the Cleons are forcibly sterilized so that they don't produce offspring. The genetic dynasty continued with clone successors, not hereditary successors. But we know from Season 2 that the sterility can be reversed. Now, that's how Cleon 18, Brother Don, was able to conceive a child with Queen Sereth. And so the forced sterilization, in my view, gave the Cleons a lot in common with the Mule character from the books. In the books, the Mule is revealed to be Magnifico, and he's sterile because of a genetic mutation. On the TV show, Magnifico is physically healthy in contrast. He can do acrobatics, cartwheels, etc., unlike the book Mule, who's physically unhealthy and whose empire didn't last much beyond his own lifetime. Now, we'll find out in Season 4 whether Brother Darkness goes the route of the book Mule or forges an empire that rises from the ashes, like a phoenix, maybe. Isaac Asimov modeled the Galactic Empire on the ancient Roman Empire. Now, I posted a video a little while ago about that. In Season 4, we may see the next phase of the Roman Empire, which became the Holy Roman Empire, depicted with potentially a Holy Galactic Empire that rises from the ashes. All of the unfilmed scenes that I've discussed in these videos were posted by David S. Goyer on his website, but the pages are no longer available. I found them on the Internet Archive. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.